the summer of 1921, the world watched as Franklin Delano Roosevelt, a rising political star, was suddenly struck by a debilitating illness. He was just 39 years old, a picture of health and vigor. Then, seemingly overnight, paralysis gripped his legs, leaving him unable to walk. The diagnosis: poliomyelitis, better known as polio, the dreaded disease that instilled fear in parents across the nation. Polio was a logical conclusion at the time. It was a known paralytic disease and its symptoms seemed to fit Roosevelt's condition. But as the years passed and medical knowledge advanced, doubts began to surface. Some experts noticed inconsistencies between Roosevelt's symptoms and the typical progression of polio. Could another culprit be responsible for the president's paralysis? The mystery deepened, casting a long shadow over Roosevelt's life and legacy. It became a puzzle that would take decades to unravel, a medical enigma that would challenge conventional wisdom and rewrite history. The story of GBS begins in the midst of World War I. Two French physicians, Georges Guillain and Jean-Alexandre Barre, along with their colleague André Stroll, were studying neurological disorders affecting soldiers. In 1916, they encountered a peculiar case. Two soldiers presented with sudden muscle weakness and paralysis. But unlike many other neurological conditions, their reflexes were absent. This was a crucial clue, setting their case apart from others they had seen. The doctors meticulously documented the soldiers' symptoms and recovery, publishing their findings in a landmark medical paper. They had identified a new disease, one that would later bear their names: Guillain-Barré Syndrome. Their discovery was significant, but it would be years before the medical community fully grasped the implications of GBS. It remained a rare and poorly understood disorder, often misdiagnosed as polio or other neurological conditions. But as research progressed, the true nature of GBS began to emerge, revealing a complex and fascinating interplay between the nervous system and the body's own immune response. Both polio and GBS can cause paralysis, leading to confusion and misdiagnosis. However, there are key differences between the two diseases. Polio is caused by a virus that attacks the nervous system, specifically the motor neurons that control muscle movement. This viral invasion leads to inflammation and destruction of nerve cells, resulting in permanent paralysis in some cases. GBS, on the other hand, is an autoimmune disorder. This means that the body's own immune system, designed to protect us from harmful invaders like viruses and bacteria, mistakenly attacks healthy tissues. In this case, the myelin sheath that insulates nerve fibers. This attack disrupts the transmission of nerve signals, leading to muscle weakness and paralysis. In Roosevelt's case, several factors point to GBS as the more likely culprit. Unlike the typical progression of polio, which often begins with fever and flu-like symptoms before paralysis sets in, Roosevelt experienced a rapid onset of paralysis following a period of intense physical activity and exposure to cold temperatures. This pattern, along with his age at the time of onset and his eventual partial recovery, aligns more closely with the clinical presentation of GBS. Imagine the nervous system as a vast network of electrical wiring, carrying messages from the brain to every corner of the body. These messages control everything from muscle movement and sensory perception to organ function and bodily processes. The myelin sheath, a fatty substance that surrounds nerve fibers, acts like insulation on these electrical wires, ensuring that signals are transmitted quickly and efficiently. In GBS, the immune system goes haywire, mistaking the myelin sheath for a foreign invader. Antibodies, the body's defense molecules, attack the myelin, causing inflammation and damage. This disrupts the flow of nerve impulses, leading to the characteristic symptoms of GBS: muscle weakness, paralysis, and loss of reflexes. The severity of GBS can vary widely. Some individuals experience mild weakness, while others develop complete paralysis, requiring assistance with breathing and other essential functions. The exact trigger for this autoimmune response remains a mystery, but research suggests that infections, particularly those caused by certain bacteria and viruses, may play a role in triggering GBS in susceptible individuals. Follow us for more interesting facts and health tips. Subscribe to our channel Vox Vita, and don't forget to like and share. Stay tuned.